Our planet is a place of constant change. From tectonic plates to ocean tides, Earth is in perpetual motion. Profound transformations happen silently, hidden from our daily lives. These subtle changes shape the foundations of life. This essay explores untold stories of environmental change, from sub-Saharan Africa to the Pacific Islands. Witness communities on the front lines of these changes. Amidst challenges, uncover stories of hope and resilience. Meet those fighting back, reclaiming their environments. Within struggle, find seeds of hope and human spirit. This is a call to action, a reminder of our deep connection to the natural world. It is a call for justice, recognizing the burden on the vulnerable. Listen to our changing planet. Understand our actions' far-reaching consequences. Soil, the often overlooked foundation of our terrestrial ecosystems, is facing a silent crisis. In sub-Saharan Africa and Asia, vast swaths of arable land are being degraded at an alarming rate. Deforestation, unsustainable agricultural practices, and climate change are stripping the land of its vital nutrients, leaving behind barren and unproductive landscapes. This degradation has profound implications for food security, particularly in regions already grappling with poverty and hunger. As the soil loses its fertility, crop yields plummet, pushing communities further into a cycle of poverty and dependence. The consequences are dire, leading to malnutrition, displacement, and social unrest. The situation is further exacerbated by climate change, with erratic rainfall patterns and prolonged droughts exacerbating soil erosion and desertification. This creates a vicious cycle where environmental degradation fuels poverty, in turn, drives further environmental destruction. The very livelihoods of millions are intricately intertwined with the health of the soil, making its degradation a silent emergency with far-reaching consequences. In the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, a slow and insidious threat is engulfing entire nations. Rising sea levels, driven by the warming of our planet, are steadily encroaching upon the low-lying islands that dot this immense body of water. For the inhabitants of these islands, climate change is not a distant threat, but a present reality. Saltwater intrusion is contaminating freshwater sources, rendering them undrinkable and decimating crops. Coastal erosion is claiming ancestral lands, forcing communities to abandon their homes and relocate further inland. The very existence of these island nations, their cultures, and their identities are facing an uncertain future. The situation is particularly dire for atoll nations, where the highest point on the island may be only a few meters above sea level. These nations are literally disappearing beneath the waves, their plight a stark reminder of the human cost of climate change. The displacement of entire communities, the loss of cultural heritage, and the erosion of national sovereignty are just some of the devastating consequences of this global crisis. Section 4. The Vanishing Lungs Deforestation's Silent Chokehold. The Amazon rainforest, often referred to as the lungs of the planet, is facing an unprecedented assault. Deforestation, driven by agricultural expansion, illegal logging, and mining activities, is stripping away vast swaths of this vital ecosystem at an alarming rate. The consequences of this deforestation are far-reaching. The Amazon plays a crucial role in regulating global climate patterns, absorbing vast amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Its destruction releases this carbon back into the atmosphere, further accelerating climate change. Moreover, deforestation threatens the livelihoods of indigenous communities who have called the Amazon home for millennia. Their traditional ways of life, their deep connection to the forest, and their very survival are inextricably linked to the health of this ecosystem. The destruction of the Amazon is not just an environmental tragedy, it is a cultural and human rights crisis. Section 5. Beneath the waves, coral reefs in peril. Hidden beneath the surface of our oceans lies a vibrant and diverse ecosystem, coral reefs. These rainforests of the sea are home to a quarter of all marine species, providing food, livelihoods, and coastal protection for millions around the world. Yet these delicate ecosystems are facing a multitude of threats, chief among them being coral bleaching. As ocean temperatures rise due to climate change, corals expel the symbiotic algae that live within their tissues, causing them to turn white and eventually die. This bleaching not only robs the reef of its color, but also disrupts the delicate balance of the entire ecosystem. Pollution from land-based sources such as agricultural runoff and sewage further exacerbates the problem. These pollutants smother coral reefs, blocking sunlight and introducing harmful nutrients into the water. Overfishing also plays a role, disrupting the delicate food web and leaving reefs more susceptible to disease and damage. Section 6. Toxic Tides, Industrial Pollution's Unequal Burden. While the developed world grapples with its own environmental challenges, developing countries often bear a disproportionate burden of industrial pollution. Lax environmental regulations, coupled with the pursuit of economic growth at all costs, have resulted in widespread contamination of air, water, and land in many parts of the developing world. Factories spew toxic fumes into the air, poisoning communities and contributing to respiratory illnesses. Untreated wastewater from industrial processes is discharged into rivers and streams, contaminating drinking water sources and decimating aquatic life. Hazardous waste is often dumped illegally, leaching into the soil and posing serious health risks to nearby communities. The consequences of this pollution are devastating, leading to increased rates of cancer, respiratory illnesses, and birth defects. Children are particularly vulnerable, their developing bodies more susceptible to the harmful effects of toxins. This environmental injustice perpetuates a vicious cycle of poverty and ill health, trapping communities in a toxic legacy. Section 7. Seeds of Hope, Resilience, and Resistance. Despite daunting environmental challenges, there is hope. Communities worldwide are demonstrating resilience and ingenuity to protect their environments. Island communities are constructing seawalls and planting mangroves. Farmers adopt sustainable practices like terracing and agroforestry. Indigenous communities protect ancestral lands and traditional knowledge. These stories of resistance show the power of collective action and hope for a sustainable future.